And people who are not in the wrestling business that don't want to understand the entertainment and just want to see it for that, they're not going to know what they're getting themselves into. Now, you know, wrestling promoters or whatever, they're going to have a blast with this. Or, you know, actual other wrestlers throughout the world, they're going to have a blast with this. But, I mean, the creative finisher's back. Creative character is going to be able to be in the Road to WrestleMania again. They're going to have a Diva Road to WrestleMania story, which, that's cool and all, but who really cares about watching divas wrestle anyway? But, anyway, let's see what he has to say on it.
Creative finisher's back, creative wrestler's back. They need more layers in creative wrestler, or you can't make more complex people. And the only new feature that really caught me was not the creative storyline, but the paint tool, which if you have a mouse and keyboard, you can actually design superheroes, comic characters, and stuff like that. And they better really polish the glitches this year.
Yeah, there were a lot of glitches in last year's game, and I'm really hoping they fix those. Alright, moving on. I want to go ahead and do a couple reviews on games that I have recently played. The first one being Uncharted 2. And, you know, I just played it pretty much one sit down. Had me hooked. I sat there and played it for over 4 hours straight. Granted, I haven't finished it yet. I plan to do that very soon. But, you know, the story, fucking amazing. The graphics, amazing. Everybody on the Xbox wants to say the controls suck. It's a third-person shooter. They're fine. Nothing's broken. Granted, I never played the first Uncharted game. I wish I have. But anyway, you know, there is nothing wrong with Uncharted 2. By far the best action RPG, or I can't say RPG, because you can't really buy anything like that. Action-adventure game that I have played in God knows how long. But, you know, overall, perfect, 10 out of 10. There's just hands down best game of the year so far that I have seen. Any take on it?
Sure. I will add my review video in a link over here or down here.
Fair enough. Moving on, Brutal Legend was another game I have just recently picked up. Anybody who's a fan of Tenacious D or Jack Black really needs to play this game. I mean, it's a hack and slash, you know, behind the shoulder comedy game. Very bloody, very vulgar. But, you know, if you're a music fan, or just like Jack Black, or even, you know, a fan of Tim Schafer's games, perfect. I mean, it's the spiritual successor to Psychonauts. If anybody has played that, I'm sure they can understand. Anybody who has not played that, they really should. It was funnier than hell too. The controls, very responsive. I don't understand why Activision, well, go figure, they're a bunch of fucking assholes anyway. They end up putting a lawsuit trying to, you know, stall this game from coming out because they were afraid it was going to take away from the Guitar Hero franchise. Okay, answer me. How can a third-person based hack and slash game take away from a rhythm game where you use either A, drums, B, a guitar, or C, a microphone?
Maybe they're afraid they would slash into their cells. Ha ha ha.
Could be. But it's retarded. The only rhythm section to this is whenever you're doing your solos, which is solo tabs. Basically, you summon things. You know, your car, your, well, the Zeppelin was funnier than hell. It was fucked up. Yeah, it's one of the solo tabs. Disclaimer, if you have not played the game and you have not unlocked this, silence yourself now. Alright, there is a Zeppelin that will crash down onto your enemies and do massive damage. It is funnier than hell whenever it happens. What? I don't see how you see. Don't say that's funny. It's ironic. Irony makes me laugh.
Your life's ironic.
Tell me about it. That's why I laugh. You're an asshole. But fucker. Anyway,
Pretty?
sorry about the banner. But
Where's Banner?
God damn it. Anyway, I'll give the game a solid 8 out of 10. I mean, this actual story plot, it's about 4 to 6 hours if you do a lot of exploring with it. The achievements on there aren't too hard to get. I mean, they're not easy to get, but they're not too difficult. I'm sure the trophies are exactly the same. But anyway, I give it a solid 8 out of 10. The music on there, great. Graphics, great. About everything on it, other than I've seen a few graphic pops here and there. Nothing serious. That's the only reason I'm giving it a little bit of a lower rating. But I highly recommend it to anybody who's a big music fan or really just like hack and slash games. All right. The last thing I want to touch on is I've recently, from where I have bought Guitar Hero 5, sent in my voucher code and all that stuff, I've received Guitar Hero Van Halen. I know the release date isn't till December, but of course, people who've bought Guitar Hero 5 get it early. For free at that. But anyway, it pretty much just plays out just like Guitar Hero Metallica, except Van Halen's in it. There's some good songs in there, but the early release, I've noticed a lot of bugs. It has caused my Xbox to lock up, saying the disc is unreadable. It's the only game that does it. I don't know what the hell they did to it, but I don't think they fully finished it. Another thing is the vocals are just like Guitar Hero World Tour's vocals. They are not very accurate at all. Guitar Hero Metallica seemed to fix that. Guitar Hero 5 seemed to fix that. I mean, they were a bit more accurate there. Van Halen seemed to just revert back to the original that didn't seem to work. Other than that, everything else plays out just fine. Everything reads just fine. There's some good songs in there. Very difficult songs in there. Eruption. Enough said. But all in all, pretty solid. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Just pretty much because it's just repeating everything that's been done over and over and over again. I'm looking for some more originality like they brought to GH5. Any take on it?
A few songs I wouldn't mind seeing as DLC for the non-Van Halen people, and probably a 3 out of 5 is it's just another hero.
That's about how I take it. But for Dark Prophet 02 and
Jisatsu Kiddo, Renaya Sanzer, or Suicide Kid.
I forgot you were long-winded about that.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Whole ass.
See, this is how it goes on every time I'm down here.
Yeah.
But anyway, see you guys. Don't be too uptight, fanboys. Fuckers.